Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Famer Bob Berry ruled Milwaukee's airwaves in the 60s and 70s. He spoke with countless musicians and celebrities over the years. Bob collected remarkable recordings of these encounters, which he's now sharing with the public. Here's Bob.
His name was Joseph Abraham Gottlieb, but he was better known as Joey Bishop. He started in his own weekly comedy series, later hosted a late-night talk show with Regis Philbin as his young sidekick. He was a member of the Rat Pack with Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and Peter Lawford. Joey starred in the original Ocean's 11 movie with the Pack. They also appeared together in Las Vegas. He guest hosted The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson 175 times. He was no stranger to Milwaukee, as he'll relate in this podcast. Joey was the originator of personal greetings for special occasions. He'll explain and give some examples with some big-name celebrities doing the messages. You'll hear Dom Deluise go crazy with his marriage greeting.
Hi, Joey.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good, Bob. How's everything?
Good. You still have relatives here in Milwaukee?
Yeah, the Siegel family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't get around here too often, though, do you?
No, not since the TikTok closed.
Wow. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and what was the Riverside Theater?
Gee, yeah. Well, now the Riverside has been remodeled, and it's going to open with a lot of big acts.
Every place I ever worked is being remodeled.
Yeah, you started out, I didn't realize this, as an impressionist.
Yeah.
My goodness. Who did you do at that time?
You probably won't even remember. Fred Allen.
Oh, sure.
Ben Bernie, Eddie Cantor, Durante. Yeah.
Sure. Do you still do some of those once in a while?
Once in a great while. Would you remember Allen if you heard it?
Oh, sure.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I remember that. Jimmy Durante had to knock the heck out of your voice, I bet, huh?
You want to hear something? When Jimmy Durante was rather ill, Jack Carter and I went to visit him at his home, and we decided we would do Durante while we were there. And we did Durante for 2 hours, and he never said a word. And as we were leaving, he turned to his male nurse and he said, "Which one of them two bums was the real Durante?"
Joey Bishop is on the air with us right now. He's been in movies, nightclubs, television, Broadway. In fact, he did Sugar Babies on Broadway. That kind of put you on the full circle of all kinds of entertainment.
Mickey Rooney called me. He had a chance to do a thing that got him an Emmy Award, Bill, about a retarded gentleman, remember?
Mm-hmm, right.
He won an Emmy.
Yeah, right. I love the show.
But what Mickey didn't do for me was he gave me 9 days to learn everything.
Oh, my gosh.
And unfortunately for me, Ann Miller was visiting her mother, who was very ill at the time, so a choreographer taught me the routines. When we opened opening night, Ann Miller danced twice as fast as the choreographer showed me. When we came off stage, I could hardly catch my breath. I said to her, "Miss Miller, if you don't dance slower, I'm bringing in Ruby Keeler."
Joey has a new venture. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. It's really different and a lot of fun. But first of all, let's just take a couple of points in your career. Now, the turning point in Joey Bishop's career was when Frank Sinatra asked him to join him in 1952 for a series of club gigs.
Right.
And then, of course, he did Ocean's 11 with Frank and Sammy Davis and Dean Martin. Do you still get together with those guys, Joey?
I went to see Frank in Atlantic City last year, and he came out in a black mohair suit. I was sitting in the audience. He says, "Well, what do you think of this suit?" I said, "Well, if you're going to look dead, Frank, you may as well dress dead." Then he said, "We don't get to see each other much anymore, do we?" And I said, "No, well, if you give me the money, you owe me, we'll see each other." He's a pushover for a comic. He is probably one of the best laughers for a comic in the world.
Well, I'll tell you.
Pardon me?
I say you've been certainly been happily married to your wife Sylvia for what, about 43 years?
43 years, yeah.
Man, 2
We got
grandsons.
divorced years ago, but neither one of us wanted custody of our kid.
What is your secret for your long, happy marriage, Joey?
I would say that my wife is entitled to 43 years of retroactive happiness.
Yeah, I suppose. It was rough for a while, huh?
Well, it was very rough in the beginning. I remember she sat sometimes in a club all by herself in the back and maybe only 8 people in the audience, but she never complained. And I think the average guy takes his wife for granted for about 20 years,
Yeah, that's true.
Then a kind of a guilt sets in.
Yeah.
Then I think he spends the next 25 or 30 years trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
We really take wives for granted.
Where did you get the idea for the greetings from the stars?
A fellow named Murray Pezim, who was with the Vancouver Stock Exchange, had an idea, but it wasn't crystallized. And I told him, I said, I think it'd be fine if we had celebrities. And he says, can you get them? I said, yeah. So I signed up 36 celebrities. Each one got $10,000 against royalties for recording it. And I think we've got a hit.
Was it tough to get these people to do these things?
No, I'll tell you why. I made it very, very convenient for them, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I went to their home with the engineer, with the sound equipment. I wrote the stuff in 95% of the cases. And it was, if we reversed it, if I were a performer, it would have been an ideal situation. I don't have to get dressed or anything. You come to my place, the engineer, the sound equipment, and all I do is come down in the bathrobe and do it.
Yeah, a very good material. The material fits the person, which is really, I think, is tough to do.
What I did was I gave it to them for their approval. If they didn't feel comfortable, then we rewrote it. I didn't want anybody to do something that they didn't feel like doing. As a matter of fact, Dom Deluise does one in which he says, I hear you're getting married. I don't know if you played it or not.
Yes, right.
But he laughs for 45 seconds.
Yeah, oh, that's a fun.
Well, when he says to me, what am I going to do about it? I hear you're getting married, you know. I said, you got a contagious laugh. Why don't you laugh for 45 seconds? And it's one of our bigger hits.
Yeah, that's a great one. I'm going to play a couple of them to give the folk an idea of what you've done here.
I just want to remind you that there is, you can record your own messages on the reverse side, and it's a mailer. You can just fold it up, put stamps on it, and mail it.
All right, let's just listen to a couple of them here.
Hi, this is Phyllis Diller, and it's your birthday. My last birthday gift was a bottle of perfume, Evening in Des Moines, $1.98 a quart. I used it to dry clean the dogs, but you have a happy birthday.
This is Sally Struthers. I hear you need cheering up. If you are down in the dumps, pick me up a spare tire.
Hello, friends. This is Henny Youngman. A lot of people ask me what my definition of love is. Love thy neighbor, but don't get caught.
Hello, darlings. Congratulations to your wedding anniversary. I don't have much experience in wedding anniversaries because I never wait until the year is over.
This is Dom Deluise, and I heard that you're going to get married. See, I've been married 19 years. And my advice to you... My advice to you... You're getting married... Are you sure you want to get married? Good luck!
There's a little sample of what Joey Bishop has created here. Greetings from the stars. Now, the sales for the $3.95, are they in the stores yet, Joey?
Yes, they're in the stores.
Well, we're going to get your relatives working on it here in Milwaukee.
Oh, yes, the Siegel family.
Right.
Dave and his lovely wife. Matter of fact, when I worked at TikTok in Milwaukee, I stayed at their home. And I would be getting home at 3 o'clock in the morning. What they neglected to tell me was I'd be sleeping in the living room and the kids were getting up for school at 7 o'clock.
Oh, geez.
But when they went to school, I slept.
Long week. Yeah.
They were very nice to me, Dave and Ada Siegel. Yeah.
Joey, all the best of luck to you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for letting me talk about my product on your show.
Oh, it was nice having you, Joey.
Well, this is Joey Bishop, and I want to say it was nice having been had.
Bob Berry.
Thank you for listening to Bob Berry's Unearthed Interviews. Be sure to subscribe and rate our podcast on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find all the episodes at WisconsinBroadcastingMuseum.org. Check out Bob Berry's book, Rock and Roll Radio Milwaukee. Book sale proceeds support Angels Kids Fund and Donate Life Wisconsin. The preceding program was made possible by a generous contribution from Terry Vaughn.